movie, the one always in the know. Independent voices stepping through the flow. No label change, just the words you close. Gary with the movie, the one always in the know. Independent voices stepping through the flow. No label change, just the words you close. Gary with the Gary with the movie, 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 Gary with the movie.
What are you watching? What are you watching? What are you watching?
Woo! Welcome to another episode of Jerry is at the Movies. So, I had promised myself I was going to do this episode. And what does this have to do with movies? I'll get to that in a second. So, when I first started this channel, I did do a episode about my mother. My mom, rest in peace. 2019 is when she passed. And I always talk about my mother, you know what I mean? Always talk about my mother in terms of movies, because that lady was always taking me to see some type of film. And you know what I mean? She definitely, you know what I mean? She wasn't the beginning. I'm going to get to that. She wasn't the beginning of my movie journey, but she was a pivotal role in my movie journey, and I always love her with all my heart and give her props for that. But there was another lady, and I don't talk about her a whole lot because, you know, not let alone losing her, not let alone losing my mother, losing her. This lady was very, very important in the role of always being there. And it's a double-edged sword, because when somebody is always there, you are not prepared when they are not there. You are not prepared when they're not there. So, you know, 2020 runs around. Now, this is in the middle of the heartache of losing my mother. I still got my grandmother, my Nana. I still have her. So, I still got a go-to. And my go-to has always in my whole life been her. Now this offense is taken away from me. Now I'm truly alone, truly abandoned, truly being a man without a crutch. And you gotta be careful with crutches, because crutches can be very, very detrimental to your growth. I'm growing now because I had my shield, man. This woman was my Black Widow. Whenever there was a fight, she was in it. This was my Wonder Woman. Whenever there was a fight, she was there. Whenever I needed somebody to, you know, never put me in my place, but was just always there, this woman was it. My grandmother, my Nana. Nana. Me and my brother used to always joke about it. It was like when everything else fails, we used to have the key. My grandmother gave me a key to her apartment. That's how deep it was. So wherever I was at, I had that key. I had my own apartments. I had girlfriends that I lived with, but I always had that third key. I had the key to downstairs, keys to my apartment, but there was an extra key on my keychain when everything else fails. We was always like, when everything else fails. But later on in life, When that thing is taken away from you, that's why you got to listen to your parents. When they say certain things, man, you don't want to face them. You don't want to face them. But when it's time to face them, it might be a little too late. On the other hand, it's never too late. But it's really rough. It's really hard when they are gone. This woman loved me. This woman took care of me. This woman listened to me. When it was time for her to no longer help me, I was old and she was older and she was time for her to go. And I still needed her. Still to this day need her. And I was just talking to a friend of mine about being homesick. I am very, very homesick. And it is showing up in different places. It's showing up in friendships. It's showing up in relationships. Because I'm getting tied to people that I find trying to find a new home. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Now, what does this have to do with movies? So there was VCRs at the time, VHSs at the time. This is the time of home movies, when home movies started getting into play. My nana was the one that bought a machine. When she bought that machine, that was my journey into the video universe, renting videos. I used to go to my grandmother's house. My uncle lived with us. My uncle, I give that man $20. That man to go get me some food and go to the video store. And I'm young, so I might have wanted to buy some raunchy, videos, if you get what I'm saying. I wasn't supposed to, but I'm a boy, so boys, first of all, uncles don't care. Uncles the ones that introduce you to that stuff, and now you want to watch it. So underneath your, like, yo, Terrence, I'm going go in the back and get Never mind, you get the point. Anyway, he would get that, but he would rent me rather. I would write down a list of the movies I wanted to rent. And that was my childhood for a very long time. The beauty of it is that was on the weekends and in the Bronx. You know, on the week, some kids don't have that. Some kids don't have that. So they out there getting in all sorts of trouble because they didn't have that. But me, I had Nana. I was there on the weekends. I went to school Monday through Friday. Friday night, I put my books down. Said, "Mom, I'll see you on Sunday." You know what I mean? And I did that for many, many years growing up. I was alone and by myself. And that is what is bugging me about this time period, is because now in my later stage in life, I'm not married. I don't have children. It's a very, very lonely road. It's a very, very lonely road. And now I don't have her anymore. And it is a very lonely road. I still watch movies. And I still, doing a movie channel, hello, still watch movies. You know what I mean? But it's a little different. Because knowing that your grandmother's downstairs and knowing your grandmother's down there, being a lady, being an old lady, and being the one that's taking care of you while you're watching movies and you're just not no care in the world. Everything is, it's really tough. It's really tough. I thank God for the life that I did have, what I do have, because I still got a lot of time left, y'all. You're supposed to have your own in this day, in this stage in life, I'm supposed to have my own. I'm supposed to have a wife and children. And I was supposed to have that when they were alive. I was supposed to have that when she was alive. I was supposed to have that when she was alive. So that when the time comes, when the time comes and God takes them away, that they know that you're going to be okay. And I didn't get to do that. You know what I mean? I still have a lot of life left. And maybe I'll find someone that's for me. Maybe not. So it's a rough road. And I'm just going to be 100% transparent with it. That I miss this lady with all my heart. This lady was the one that took care of me when my mother was in pain and my mother didn't understand me, and boy energy and me getting into trouble and stuff, and my father being absent. He wasn't an absentee dad. He was in and out of my life. He is in my life now. But it was a tough, I thought it was tough then. It's detrimentally tough now. I thought it was tough then because I was going through adolescence and fights and bullies and stuff without a male figure. I did have a stepfather, but my stepfather, was kind of afraid to upset my mother for being overly strict. So he never disciplined me. He always was there. He always was there. And he was a backbone, and he was a good role model for what a man was in terms of money and in terms of taking care of family. But he didn't discipline me because he wasn't my real dad. My real dad had his own family and had his own set of issues and missed a lot of crucial moments in my life. So it's a lot that I'm unpacking in my later years as an adult. And it's showing up in a lot of the way that I handle things. You know what I mean? I'm just being transparent, and this is out. So whoever saw it, you can kind of understand why my life is the way it is. Because this lady was a pivotal, and you got to be careful what you say. That's another lesson. That's another lesson before I stop, before I press, pause on this video. Is that you got to be careful what you say. Because when I said Nana, when you're gone, I don't know what's going to happen to me. I said, Nana, when you're gone, I said, they might as well bury me with you because I don't know. And I used to say that. I said that to my mother and my grandmother. I said that to them both. And then when you look, they both was gone. Now it's like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know what I mean? I take it all back because now I'm living for them. I'm still alive because of them. Because of the strength of them. For the strength of this lady. You know what I mean? I'm not done yet. Because there's still a God. God still got plans for me because He hasn't let me fall. I don't know who's out there. That's going to be for me in terms of who I marry. If I ever get that. You know what I mean? Don't know. But I'm transparent. I'm on this movie channel. Bald and all. Chubby and all. Old and all. And I'm very transparent. And I'm not afraid to be vulnerable. And I'm not afraid to be on camera. And you could constitute it as the love of a mother and the love of this lady, my grandmother. May she rest in peace. I miss you, Nana. I remember all of our talks. I'm not going anywhere. I will see you when I see you, but I got work to do. Anybody out there with the sound of my voice, you got a problem with your mother, patch it up. You got a problem with your grandmother, patch it up. Because when they're gone, you're going to wish you did. Because there's a lot of hurt that is inside you that you might think, oh, I don't care. I don't care. I'm doing me, blah, 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 blah. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You got to go back and you got to smooth it out. Even if you don't bring them back into your life, you better forgive. You better, I'm not saying forget, but forgive for sure. That's my message. Shout out to my grandmother. You did create a man, because I'm not playing. I'm going to get my life to where I'm supposed to get it. And I'm gonna put you on that wall. When I get my own wall, I'm going to put you on there. Say, that's the lady right there. That's the reason why I got it. And that's all the time we have for today. Tune in for another episode of Jerry's at the Movies. I am doing this movie channel, and I needed to do a dedication for this lady, because she's the reason why I'm strong. You know what I mean? But I got to be strong on my own now. And it's because of you, Nana. I love you. I miss you. And you know my slogan. So what are you watching?
Yourself, help me set the man. Relax yourself, help me set the man. Relax yourself, help me set the man. Relax yourself, help me set the man.